Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and things have been very interesting for me lately, to say the least. So, the last couple of days, I will tell you exactly what I did for the last 2 days. I did nothing. I did nothing, and it was everything that I thought it could be. But no, it was really just, needed to focus on just basically recovering my sense of self, and I think I did that fairly well, actually. So now that we're back on the up and up, at least I hope I am, because I'm aware that at this point that I can very easily slip out of that and into a sense of dread, and I'm hoping not to have to deal with that again. Yeah, it's interesting being me. Unfortunately, that's not always a good thing, but, pardon me, a little something in my throat there. So, the run that I'm putting together today is more or less just for fun. I'm doing this run the way I'm doing it because I kinda wanna just have some time to talk about what's going to be happening down the line, and this just seems like a good way to do it. Is just sit down, just put a run together, and just talk. And it's gonna be a lot of stream of consciousness. Those of you who have been with the channel for a while will already know what that means. Now, before I go too much further, let's go ahead and hit up the old random number generator, because we need to know which soundtrack we're going to be listening to. Alright. Scale of 1 to 3 and generate. I guess we're sticking with the classic. Or I actually am rolling an RNG. I swear I am. Alright, so it doesn't strongly matter where I start, but I will start at the Chilling Dungeons. That just seems like a smart move to make. Assuming that it comes up sometime within my lifetime. That's what I'm aiming for. There we go.
Sounds frosty.
Alright, so the obvious thing that's coming down the pipeline is the Wizard of Legend Basic Arcana Spotlight series is now done with the lightning element. So, I need to know what comes next. Is it going to be water, earth, or... Hold on while I wipe the floor with this idiot. There you go. Hey, you deserve that. But yeah, is it going to be water, earth... I've already done wind, I've already done... I think I've done wind, lightning. Have I already done fire? I think I've already done... Okay, so it's just water and earth coming up next. And that's all I have left because I have explicitly stated that I am... Get out of here. I've explicitly stated that I'm doing the Chaos Basics last. So it's just down to water and earth now. So, I'm going to set up a poll to do water and earth, and we will see what ends up coming up next. Ooh. Oh, no. Now, because of the build that I have running, it seems like it would be a surefire bet to run the binoculars, but it would actually take some damage away from my signature, and I would rather not have to put up with that, so I'm going to ignore it. So that is thing number one, is the last two basic Arcana elements before we dive into the Chaos ones. So I will ask you guys to choose. Really? He just let me do that? Okay, mark that as a first. I didn't know I could just shove the enemies into a pit. Like, I almost feel a little bad now. That's just how brain dead the AI can really get. I shouldn't say it like that, because that's going to make it sound like I'm just throwing shade at C99. I'm really not. That was just hilarious. Alright, I see out of the corner of my eye that Iris is over here. Alright, so obvious thing number 2 to talk about. I haven't uploaded anything for Wizard of Metal in a while. And, you know, part of that is because, I mean, again, this is no fault of anyone's, but I do feel just a little bit of a twinge of like, oh, my self-esteem has been shattered. I was expecting it to be something that would really catch people's interest, and I don't know, it feels like that's one of those things that people really aren't jiving with. And I get it, not everyone is into metal music, but I was kind of hoping that I would, you know, awaken some people's interest to it, or something like that, but I mean, for what it's worth, I'm pretty sure the only person voting in those polls is my roommate. And I know that they get far decreased viewership in comparison to everything else that I do, so I don't know. Again, I don't blame anyone for that. I know it's not necessarily everyone's thing. It just, I don't know, it's a little demoralizing. So I need to decide what I want to do about it. And maybe I shouldn't take it so personally, but considering that I also need to be, at least in part, thinking about the analytics, because I mean, I'm trying to do this at least semi-professionally, you know, there's something to be said for that as well. That's like the only time that raffle ticket has ever worked. That's amazing. And we'll grab that too. You know, since I actually got a freebie, that's amazing. But because I also wanted the Wizard of Metal series to be something that was supposed to have a bit of a back and forth to it, I would also like to hear from you guys. What would you be interested in seeing as far as that series is concerned? If you tell me that what you'd be most interested in is seeing the series end, I will personally show up at your house and I will slap you into next week. But yes, I am quite aware that is not exactly the most popular thing in the world. Tipsy Gladius. That one's a maybe, since I'm not exactly going hard into critical hit on this run. I will have to think about that one, because if the relics that show up that are actually positive for this run are critical hit based, I might have to say no to that one. Or say no to the critical hit relics. One thing we can all agree on is you just say no to drugs. And actually, I can't even say that we all agree on that with any real confidence, because there's always the chance that there's a stoner watching this right now going, actually, Darksage, I don't agree with that. And I will give you my perspective on that, which is I'm fine with it. I'm not exactly what one would call a hardliner about, anti-drug, whatever. I've actually been on the standpoint of legalizing marijuana for a long time. Like, even though I don't smoke myself, I also see no reason to continue to demonize it. The fact of the matter is, there's just a lot of good healthy uses for hemp aside from just smoking, and continuing to demonize it to, protect the logging industry? Nah, I don't think so. Miss Iris. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. That's good, but not necessarily what I want. Alright. Did she hide anything in there? Nope. So anyway, just don't worry too much about the Wizard of Metal thing. I'm aware that there's a lot of people who probably weren't too big into it. I'm still probably going to continue it, even despite the fact that, real honestly, it's definitely something that people seem to not be too big about. Hello, VIP membership. Didn't even know that was a thing. And you will work very well with... Matter of fact, yes, that's kind of the whole point. Kiabi, Cinnamon Dots. That actually goes very well with my current basic, so I will take that. But the only reason why I wanted to bring it up was not to make anyone feel bad. I'm being open and honest and just letting you know where my thought process is. Also, that sparkling ice fruit punch is fantastic. we go. So I apologize if it sounds like I'm just being a big old dickhead. That's not necessarily what I'm trying to get across. Right now, I'm just being open and honest. And unfortunately, open and honest also has the bad side effect of making me sound like a dickhead. Because no, I'm not trying to guilt trip you guys into watching something that you're not interested in. And it's also possible that I'm also misunderstanding my own audience, which is a huge problem if I want to take this seriously. So you guys should let me know what your thoughts are on this whole thing, because it is very possible that I'm reading the room wrong, or perhaps that I'm reading the room very right, and I need to give the series a break. Like I said, this is right now me just looking for some feedback. And I apologize because it just sounds so it sounds so entitled right now. Like,
Why aren't you guys watching my work? It's really good.
Like, you know, I never said it was for everyone. I just didn't realize that it would have that much lower viewership in comparison to everything else. But, on the other hand, it's also not stopping me from making Metroid Dread content, and that also gets particularly low views, and that makes sense. The Metroid community already has dedicated streamers and whatnot for Metroid Dread, so I mean... Yeah, teleported into a wall, baby! Hello, what do we have here? Well, I mean, I would be stupid to not buy that. Permafrost Cube could add on to the Hunter's Satchel. That would definitely be a fun thing to pick up, but again, not like an extreme necessity or anything. Plus, we're still looking for the Bouncing Bubble upgrade, which we still don't get, so, you know. The next thing that was on my list to talk about, and that's funny to me because I say that as if I actually had a list. See, I already talked about the Basic Arcana Spotlight series. I talked about Wizard of Metal. Which means the next thing that is on my list to talk about is that I'm also looking to see what other content you guys would be interested in seeing. And yes, I could just guess and be like, surprise! But I'm also interested in seeing what you guys have to say. And I know that there's at least a little bit of interest in having me do Loop Hero again, which I'm certainly not against that. It's not like I've completed that game or anything. But I also understand that I'm kind of big into both roguelites and Metroidvania / search action. And before you even get into it, there are, of course, plenty of games in those two spheres that, yes, I'm very well aware of. Obviously, I started playing Binding of Isaac. But again, that's a game that already has plenty of a community and plenty of representation from, you know, the likes of Northern Lion and Sin Victa. Don't exactly need me to tell you about that game. Oh, hello, freebie. Raffle tickets actually doing me some good. Oh my goodness, are you serious right now? Now, I don't know if this is a thing, but is the VIP, when you have the VIP membership, does that actually make it so that the raffle ticket has a greater chance of activating, or am I just getting, like, really lucky right now? But no, outside of, like, the obvious, like, what other things are you guys interested in seeing on the channel? Because I'm trying to kind of diversify. And simultaneously, again, I already know about, like, Skull the Hero Slayer. I actually haven't completed that either, so that would definitely be a good thing to play either on the channel or just for myself, honestly. I also know about Dandy Ace, although, again, that's a game I'm going to need some practice, because, let's be real honest, I'm not great at that game. Ha! Well, actually, because I do have Computer Bracelet, yeah, give me that. There we go. Yes, bring me more power. But I suppose when I'm asking about what other games you guys are interested in, I'm just curious if there's anything else in either the Metroidvania or roguelite genre that you're interested in seeing me play. I do know there's a couple of new titles in at least the action roguelite genre. There's Arborea, for example. Like, I know that's definitely a thing. The Castlevania Advance Collection is definitely a thing, and plus I have a super soft spot for Circle of the Moon. So, you know, I could very well dive into that. I didn't wait to see what was at the red portal. I should have saved it. It's very possible that I could have made a deal with Nocturne. Oh, well, speak of the devil. Bet you're feeling stupid now, huh? Aren't you, Darkseid? Feeling real dumb? Maybe not real dumb, but definitely a little dumb. Yeah, there's nothing else there I want. Now, I am going to see if any of these recycle down to anything interesting, and no. Alright, so far so good. How's the Computer Bracelet looking? 3.6. Not bad. Very nice. That's not going to be too good against Zeal, so we'll just leave that. So I guess that's all three of the big topics that I was thinking about is, you know, what do I do about Wizard of Metal? Okay, like if you guys really aren't interested in seeing it, then I guess I'll have to figure out what to do about that. Or I could just say screw it and keep doing it. It is one of those things that I already knew wasn't going to go over like gangbusters. So I guess what it is that, I mean, let's just call it for what it is, okay? I am a loser. Because those are videos that I personally really enjoy doing, but I also know that not many of you do. So I guess what I'm looking for is just opinions on that. Everything else is just kind of genuinely like I'm looking for feedback. Beautiful. Oh hey, look, Ancient Fountain Pen. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to build up the Ancient Fountain Pen at this point, but I'm gonna do my best. This is definitely the right rope for it. Poor bastard didn't stand a chance. Like, what is this? Oh, was I born into this life for the sole purpose of dying? And there's me going, you don't want to know the answer to the question. Let's see. I mean, I might as well at this point. Damn near completed the VIP membership, I just don't know what else is a part of it. Ooh, Thunderstone. Now, I'm sure I've used the Thunderstruck joke before. I'm just, you know, is it sensible to use it here again just because I saw the Sleepy Thunderstone? Yeah, I'm not really going to put that to any use, so that can just kind of chill there. Stupid jerk-off summoners. Go away. Yeah, okay. Then I suppose the next question is, do I even want the Sleepy Thunderstone? I'm probably just going to save my money, move on to the next floor, and see what ends up happening. We got a good few casts at the signature off. Let's see how we're looking on those regards. 10.5, looking nice. 17, I love it. 7, actually not bad. That's actually not doing anything. I could get rid of that and no one would notice. Hunter's Stiletto, and alright. Actually, we're not looking bad at all. Oh yeah, and of course, Wind or Earth, which is going to be the next element that we look at for the Basic Arcana Spotlight series. Then obviously, of course, whichever one doesn't go first will be the next one in line. Because, you know, that's how mathematics and numerics work. And then of course, last in line is the Chaos Arcana Basics. That was not a grammatically sound sentence. You can't hope to get past my signature spam. Why even try? Now, if I were to pick which element I wanted to look at first and then which one second, I would say water first, earth second. Or actually, reverse that. I would do earth first and then water second, because for the most part, I'm not a big fan of the earth elemental basics, but I can get down with the water ones. And honestly, we've already done electric, so that was already kind of the best elements. Like, the best, in my opinion, the best two arcana or best two elements for the basics are the ones that I've already covered. Fire and lightning, in my opinion, have the best basics. Now, my only issue with this is that I'm not going to get a lot out of my signatures that way. I am going to grab that. Alright, and I think we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to grab the battery, because at the very least the battery is going to be powering up my Dragon Surge. That is the name of it, right? Dragon Surge. Oh shit! Oh, you thought you could catch a Dragon Circuit. Ah. I thought you were going to catch me off guard, didn't you? Okay, so definitely went overboard on that one. And unlike in Final Fantasy X, you don't get overkill bonuses. Just a random bubble did it? I love it. Very much like the idea of the Mercenary's Dagger. But what do we give up for it? I think we're going to give up that. Because that is a much bigger damage bonus over all of my Arcana. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. Kablam! I mean, I don't need that now, but I mean, nice of you to show up. Is that the last piece of the VIP membership? It is not. Hello, Mrs. Eel. We seem to keep running into each other this way. Ow. Oh my goodness, I'm getting roasted. What in the world? Even my controller is against me. And again, that's nothing new. Okay, she is recovering from her stun state, from her, like, after attack state way too fast. Okay, I'm kind of in trouble, not gonna lie. We need some health back, and fast. I make no secret of the idea that Zeal kinda kicked my ass there. Okay, you need to go away for like ever. Alright, do I have anything here that would be really useful? No. No, not really. But I can grab that. Alright, we're back. We have the combination to the air shield. There we go. Ooh, almost. There we go. Alright, see, that wasn't so bad, now was it? I mean, I expected it to be after getting roasted by Zeal, but... yeah, we were able to bounce back, and it felt pretty good. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm honestly surprised that I got so much out of the raffle tickets, so... there you go, never sleep... if you have the opportunity to get it for free or cheap, never sleep on the raffle ticket. Sometimes just a little bit of a gamble is worth it. Then, like I said, remember the 3 things that I wanted to discuss. Let me know what you think about which element of Basic I should do next. Let me know what you feel about the Wizard of Metal series. As I said, I love being able to talk about music and play this game at the same time. You guys may feel differently. That's what I want to know. And then let me know if there are other games out there that you think would be really interesting to see played through. I had already expressed some that I know that some of you really liked Loop Hero. I'm also a big fan of the Castlevania Advance Collection, especially Circle of the Moon, which I have a big soft spot for. And I had started to play Metallic Child earlier, but I just did it because I wanted to show the game off to you guys, so let me know if you want to see more of it. And of course, if you want to continue to see my future content, then, hit the like button, subscribe. Links to my social media, as well as my Patreon, are in the description below, and of course, anything you guys would want to do to help out, I appreciate it greatly. But I'm going to stop rambling at this point, so again, thank you guys very much. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you